Change my name. I should change my channel name to that. What's Packing? I should change that. I should change it to What's Packing with Cage or What's Packing. I'm thinking about it, man. Thinking about changing the name of my channel. Y'all let me know, man. But What's Packing with your YouTube. Shout out to all of the Packer fans out there. Free agency still going on. Seems like the Packers are bringing back all of the guys that they want back as far as it comes to Packers players. Of course, we had some guys leave. And not all Packer players leave equally, right? And one of those players are, former players is ex-linebacker De'Vondre Campbell. Now, one thing I will say, I do not support anything negative that's being said to De'Vondre Campbell on social media platforms. I do not support that, man. There's a lot of you Packer fans out there that are saying a lot of crazy things about this guy. You know what I'm saying? He had one of his best seasons in a Packer uniform where he became a Pro Bowler. Like, come on, man. We got to stop this, man. We have to stop this. We have to stop this. Of course, De'Vondre Campbell left as a disgruntled employee of the Packers. This kind of reminds me of the Martellus Bennett situation where when he left after the season he played after winning the Super Bowl with the Patriots, he had some things that he felt was unfair practices with the Packers as far as his medical issue. And De'Vondre, case and scenario, it's kind of like the same thing but different. De'Vondre expressed that he didn't understand why the Packers didn't call him to try to, restructure or ask him for a pay cut. I believe that was his intentional thought, that they were going to call him and be like, hey, we need you to take a pay cut. And I think he would have took it. I think he would have took the $10 million pay cut to stay as a Green Bay Packer. Of course, De'Vondre Campbell did start to regress after his amazing season he had with the Packers. I forget what year that was. But he started to regress, started to have some injuries that, had him out there not performing at the top level he would have liked to perform at. And he had some issues last year, expressing how he felt on social media. He had to talk to Matt LaFleur and he had to speak with Matt LaFleur about, his situation, playing hurt and not being able to play his best to help the team win. This guy stood up for Jordan Love when all of the criticism about Jordan Love was being amplified across the league earlier in the season. But once the Green Bay Packers decided that they were moving on from De'Vondre Campbell, he went to social media again to explain his side of the story. I guess trying to jump out in front of whatever story he thought the Green Bay Packers were going to put out there about him. I don't blame him for doing that. People handle situations differently. De'Vondre, from me, just looking at this whole thing, I think he loved being with the Green Bay Packers. I think he loved being a Green Bay Packer, man. Everybody that steps through that door in Green Bay, they always say that the organization is always first class. I mean, we seen John Runyon crying because he knew he wasn't going to be able to come back. We seen Aaron Rodgers kind of upset that he wasn't able to come back. Bakhtiari kind of upset that he wasn't able to stay at Green Bay Packers. And it's been countless other players. Jordy Nelson, Greg Jennings, you know, just to name a few guys. Randall Cobb, you know, Randall Cobb left and came back. Randall Cobb left, went to the Cowboys. I think he played for the Texans, and he came back to Green Bay. So, you know, that's just saying a lot of how great this organization is and why some players are upset when they leave, because, you know, they build a foundation out there with the community. The fans around the community, they get a lot of love. So yeah, I would be upset too if I was De'Vondre, but De'Vondre came out, said some things on social media. I didn't like the back and forth banter he was having with the fans. I just thought that was a little immature on his side. You know, don't answer, don't get into, you know, back and forth with fans, man. That's just not what you want to do. You be on social media all day, scrolling and texting, trying to, you know, fight these social media arguments and battles in the comment section where, you know, just let that go. Say what you have to say, stand on what you believe is true, and just leave it at that. You know, I'm not going to say who was right and who was wrong in this whole situation. I just, you know, it's bittersweet that it had to end like that. You know what I mean? But of course, you know, he gets signed to the 49ers, San Francisco, to go play with them. I think he's replacing Owen Burks, another former Green Bay Packer player that we thought was going to have some great potential at the linebacker position, but he kind of fell short as well. But yeah, he's going to be a San Francisco 49er, and of course, we played him this upcoming season, so he's going to have whatever date we have to play him. He's going to have that shit circled. So I'm looking forward to that game. It's probably going to be a good one. I think that was a smart move by the 49ers, giving him a 1-year deal, knowing they got to play us this year, and you know, try to disrupt Matt LaFleur's game plan. You know, but other than that, De'Vondre, I mean, you had one of your best seasons with the Packers, man. It got you paid. You made some money. But yeah, man, you know, things change. It's just the nature of the business. Sometimes the nature of the business can be unfair, man, and cruel to some of these NFL players, man. And it is what it is. You know, you look at a guy like Odell Beckham Jr., you know, great receiver, but look at how many teams he's been on after suffering the injuries. You know, so hey, other than that, man, De'Vondre, shit, tough, man. I don't know what else to tell you, bro. It's a tough way to end the relationship with the Green Bay Packers. I don't know if the Green Bay Packers are going to reach out to you. They probably won't. But yeah, Goop didn't call him. He was pretty pissed off about that. I thought it would be, you know, in business, it's fair. You know, it's fair to say that the Packers were wrong on that part, not giving him a call or letting him know what was going on. But the writings was already on the wall. from last season with all of, him sitting out, Matt LaFleur giving him a week off, the organization having to come and talk to him about what he put out there on X/Twitter, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, man, I have nothing bad to say about De'Vondre Campbell. I know a lot of Packer fans are giving him hell right now on social media, which I think is unfair. The guy put his body on the line for the Green Bay Packers. He did say some things about the defense and, some things that he wanted to suggest that he felt would make the defense better, and they just didn't want to listen to him. And part of that is, Joe Barry with the, who knows, Joe Barry, he's the defensive coordinator, man. He call what he wants. He's in charge of the defense, so I don't know what else to tell you, De'Vondre, but hey, man, good luck to you, man. Thank you for your time spent in Green Bay. You had some great highlights, did some great things out there on the field. I'm pretty sure the Packer fans do appreciate everything that you've done. It's unfortunate that, the run that you had with us didn't end off with a championship. But you got a chance to play with Aaron Rodgers, man, and play for the greatest football team in American sports history, the Green Bay Packers.